see. This is K6MYC, Central California, beaming south and looking for check-ins, early check-ins if you wish, to the 2-meter Northern California Bozo Net. K6MYC, Central California, QRZ.
KK6ZKE.
Yeah, good evening, Terry. Give us your number if you would. Judy's sitting right here, poised, ready to copy your number. Over.
The number is 704.
Bingo, thank you very much. Perfect copy. Great signal up here. What is it?
I don't have my catalog.
Well, you don't need it because you got Mr. Magic catalog here.
Okay. Well, yeah,
KK6ZKE. KK6ZKE. And that's Terry. Okay, so how you doing there? It was a warm one today. Again, we got to about 100, 101 here.
Yeah, I got a little warm in the garage. I was out there still working on the old turntable, and that came in. The heck with that.
Yeah. Well, I worked out there till about 3, and I said, the heck with it. It's pool time.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so we did. We got in the pool and rummaged around and skimmed it and turned it. Turned on the quick clean filter. There's a little bit of algae in the pool that's settling out. I've been chlorinating it pretty heavily. The algae is settling. It's falling off the walls, but it isn't very heavy, but it's enough to be annoying, enough to be visible. Anyway, that looks like we're going to have good propagation. You're very clean and very loud tonight, so hopefully it'll be a good night on 2 meters here. Let's see, who else do we have in here, Terry? KK6ZKE with K6MYC standing by.
K6USY.
Hey, he's home.
Yes, sir. Yeah, K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Yeah, very good. So you're back, and you made one contact with somebody by the name of Mikey on 40 meters while you were there, didn't you?
Yes, sir. Yeah, you were the last contact for that night. So fortunately, I already had the required 10 that I needed. But yeah, no, it was good that you were able to hear me. I'm pulling up the settings to see here. I worked. Sunday night when I was there, I worked 20 people, and then Monday night when I was there, I think that's the night I worked you, I worked 36. Yeah, that's the night I worked you, was on Monday. So yeah, wasn't too bad, and it definitely beat being stuck in a hotel room.
I missed the last comment. What was it? Definitely
being stuck in a hotel room.
Oh, definitely better than being stuck in a hotel room. So that was Red Rock National Park. Is that what it was called, or what was the official name?
The official name is the Red Rock National Conservation Area. So it's managed by the Bureau of Land Management, not the National Park Service. But yeah, it's just the Red Rock Canyon area that's due west of Las Vegas.
Yeah, very good. Well, you had a pretty good signal. I don't know why I couldn't hear you on my 40-meter 2 element. But, boy, when I switched to the 3, you popped right out. It might have been just a combination of propagation or whatever. But you were quite Q5 for a couple of transmissions and then started to go back down again. The guy that was in there, W5, called me, and he was unable to hear you. He was in New Mexico. He figured you guys were too close together. But I don't think that was the problem. I think it was just maybe not the best of propagation between you and he, and I had a bigger system. I wouldn't have heard you without the 3-element Yagi at 100 feet. Over.
Oh yeah, those pesky little 10-watt QRP stations. But yeah, it's always a fun challenge. One of these days I'll drag the big radio out for a POTA activation, but it's kind of fun with the 10-watter and seeing what I can do. So. Alrighty, well, we are 2 minutes before 7:30, and I'm sure there's some other people waiting to check in, so we'll be sitting on the side at K6USY.
KM6SRR.
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox, 982.
Okay, Rob, you shouldn't have to do this, but I'm going to make you do it anyway. Give us your Bozo number.
Oh, well, it's that nice magic, well, not quite magic band, but it's one of those bands there. I think 432, over.
Okay. He's got 432 and 982. Good evening to you, Daryl, and good evening to you, Rob. Everybody should congratulate Rob. Rob is officially retired after umpteen million years of work. Many working years for his folks and his father and his company, and then many years working for Daryl. So he has earned a retirement. Now he's going to be busier than he ever was in his life. Over.
Yes, congratulations.
What was that?
Yep, Mike, you're right. It's going to be busy. But I think total of 55 years or more, over.
Yeah, boy, oh boy. You're only 29. I can't believe it. How'd you fit all those in there?
Well, it's one of those multitasking things, I guess, there, over.
I see. You count 29 5 times and you're there, aren't you? Okay. Good to hear you, Rob. Good to hear you, Daryl. Anything new up on the hill from you, Daryl? You had a little fire in your backyard today, didn't you?
Yes, we did, and we were sitting in smoke for a while, but it seems to have blown on by now. Yeah, they got after that fire. The guy I drive the water truck for, I talked to him. He lives over there, and he said they got right after it with their attack.
Yes, they did, apparently. Much as we could tell, Judy was following it here. Wasn't in the bailiwick of CAL FIRES, but she was following it on the web as best she could, and it looked like 8 to 10 acres. So they got after it. They got after it quickly, and I'm sure Chuck Chansey was very much on the edge and had every bit of facility that they had to help out if needed, because it was right in their backyard too.
Well, they've got their own fire station right there, so yeah.
Well, I'm sure they do, but it's still threats. You can't cover everything. It's nice to have helicopters and water bombers and other things there. Anyway, good to hear you. Let's see. I'm pointed south, so I'm kind of looking for N6SWR. Ben, are you there this evening?
And I was hearing some CW in the background, K6USY.
You must be hearing it. Didn't hear it through my radio. At least I didn't hear it here. Are you hearing it through your radio?
Yeah, it's probably coming from up north because it wasn't showing up on your screen, but I could hear it mainly while you were talking. I could hear it in the background.
I think that's Richard. He usually does that just to see how the propagation is, and he can see it. He's watching the live stream, of course, and he could hear it and see it on the live stream if he knows he's got propagation, or he can see if he has propagation. Is a better way to say it. Okay. We'll get him when we get around that way. I'm pretty sure that was Richard. He's the only one that checks in early like that. I don't hear anything from Ben, but we are pushing the time frame a little bit here. Let's see if Rick is in here. Old 61, KB6RQU. How about it, Rick? Well, I'm not hearing Lake Isabella either. And I'm not hearing much in the way of signal coming from Los Angeles either. It must be they're either turned away from me or they're running low power or something. Okay, well, let's see. It's Sunday night, and we've got quite a few folks in here, but we need a lot more. This is Central California, K6MYC. Bozo Net, looking up and down the valley, mostly down with the antenna, but anybody that hears me is welcome to check in. K6MYC, Central California, Bozo 47, calling QRZ and listening. Well, that's what happens when we're early, see? Okay. We can rag chew here a little bit. Let's see, Rob, let me shoot it to you, and you can tell us what you were up to today. Did you get all your panels down to the house or wherever you're going to put them? And we did a little yard work today, repaired a sprinkler that was broken, and or a piece of pipe anyway that was shooting water straight up in the air. Judy rushed in this morning, panicked, thinking we had a fountain in the backyard that wasn't supposed to be there. And we did, but we were able to it shut itself off, I think, in about 5 minutes. I got out there, and I think when I turned it off, it was actually timing itself out at the same time, because it went off almost simultaneously when I reached for the controller. Anyway, that was our excitement for the day. But other than the fact that Frank was not down because he had a toothache, but he was also watching that fire and giving us feedback.
About 2 miles from him.
Yeah, it was only a mile or two from Frank's location. He could see it, or see where it was approximately from his top of his property. He drove the tractor up there and looked over, and he said about 3 or 4 ridges over, he could see where the smoke was coming from. Okay, Rob, KM6SRR, and then you can maybe try for Ben again, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, we got that second pallet of panels, I guess you'd say halfway down. We took it apart and it started falling over sideways, so I had to push on that, and then had the wife come up and push on it, and then my helper and I put it on the trailer. And it got to be dark, so we just left it on the trailer, and tomorrow morning I'll take them off. So that's about it. What's going on here. Just trying to plan out my system here. I was talking to my mentor, the guy who used to be head of the Madera Planning Department for, I don't know, some 20-some years or something, a ways back. And he's saying that he wouldn't advise putting stuff inside your garage because those batteries are fire prone. So I'm going to talk to Signature and find out what they think about it there. Over.
He said I missed the thought there. The batteries are fireproof. They do have fire protection built into them. Each individual battery has a thing that explodes and puts a fire out if one starts in a battery. But if you're going to put them in a garage, what are you going to do? Put them out in the rain somewhere?
No, he was suggesting to build a little shed or something and put them out there so that if it does catch fire, that's the only thing that goes. Yeah, I was telling that. I want to see what Signature says about it too. But he said, well, they have a fire prevention thing tells you that they are prone to catch fire. So I don't know. Over.
No. Now, you can make a mistake. I mean, your system could go bonkers on them and overcharge them. Otherwise, the batteries are way inside their range of being dangerous. It's when you overcharge lithiums or charge them too fast. But mostly when you overcharge them, that's when they get close to touching themselves off. But these big batteries, I don't think there's had any issues with, and that's why I recommend it. You get the more expensive ones. There's about $100 difference between these and the other ones, and I think it was well worth it. I've got 15 of them, and if they do go on fire, it's in an enclosed steel case, and they're also in a pretty fireproof room anyway, and probably yours is the same way. Anyway, that's probably a concern that they had 5 or 10 years ago. Over.
Yeah, and it probably could be with the ones that didn't have any fire prevention on it. So anyway, I'm just going to do a little more research on it and figure it out there. Anyway, KM6SR.
Okay. Judy says she's got a bucket of water standing by for you.
Yeah, she should save it for the fire up there by Frank's. Anyway, hey, Ben, N6SWR, you on yet for the 2-meter Bozo Net? KM6SR with K6MYC, standing by.
Oh, Ben must be very discouraged. He couldn't get the 432 system working. Now he's got 2 systems that doesn't work.
Well, it's Labor Day weekend. He could be out doing something, too. How about Rick, KB6RQU? You on tonight, Rick?
How about WA6AAJ? and 6BYH, KC5DTU, AA6 Sugar, WA6OIB. How am I doing so far?
just like me, batting 0. Ken didn't answer on the club net either tonight, over.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
WA6OIB did not answer on our club net that we had tonight either, over.
Oh, I got you. He didn't. He was supposed to check into another net tonight. Well, maybe he's got some kind of family function. They've been gone for 2 weeks, so maybe they had the kids over to make sure Grandma and Grandpa were okay and had a nice dinner. It sure is quiet, though. Well, I think maybe we can go down to Atascadero. Ron should be in there tonight, so let's go down that way to Atascadero and see what's going on.
I heard somebody there, Mike, 831. Okay, you've got Northern California, but we'd be happy to check you in here too. KM6SR with net control K6MYC, over. I'm Bozo 432, and Mike is Bozo 47, K6MYC. He's our net control for Northern California, over.
I'm turning that way now.
Yeah, roger on that. We hear Pat a lot of times when he points up this way too. Old Bozo 58, over.
QSL. Yeah, I'm about 80 miles north of Pat here, up in the high desert, a little town called Phelan, out by Victorville. Copy.
Yeah, what's your Bozo number there? This is Mike, K6MYC, Bozo 47. Good signal, over.
Yeah, Bozo number here is 831, Mike. We talked a long time ago, and you were amazed that I was only putting out 100 watts and talking to you on a vertical there, copy?
Well, you're not vertical anymore, are you?
Negative. I'm on a 5-element pointing your direction that we just put up yesterday, and wanted to take out the frustration. I could hear you, but I couldn't talk you.
Yeah, well, you're doing fine up this way, but I didn't get the antenna on you in time to hear anything but your 831 Bozo number, so if you would give me your call sign phonetically, that would be great, and the name, over.
Yeah, Bozo number is 831, call sign is Kilo Golf 6, Uniform Sierra, and it's John, Juliet, Oscar Hotel November.
Yeah, roger, John. KG6USS. We got you. Thank you. Good signal. A little bit of up and down QSB, but pretty strong. I'm running about 1,500 watts here to a, what is this? A 19 element at 107 feet. So we're making the path there. Good evening to you. I had already turned the antenna away from you. That's why we didn't hear you when you called in. 73s, KG6USS, over to you, Rob, KM6SRR. Anybody else want to work LA? Go ahead, K6MYC.
Yeah, WA6LOL. John, I'm hearing you pretty well.
Good to hear you in there, John. K6USS, KM6SRR. Thanks for checking in, over.
87.
Thank you for coming back to my signal. I'm quite ecstatic. We just put this up yesterday, and it seems to be working good there. KG6USS, Bozo 831.
831, stand by. We have another one for you. Go ahead, Dave.
Oh, yeah, John, KG6USS, WA6LOL, Whiskey Alpha 6 Lima, Oscar Lima, Charlie Mike 97 up here in Sonora above Yosemite. You've got a good signal up here.
But he needs your Bozo number.
Oh, 856 is my Bozo number, 856.
Over, John.
Okay, I got the 8560s up in Sonora, Redwood City.
your call a couple of more times, Dave.
Above Yosemite, Sonora, Sonora.
Roger, where you're at. I got your QTH. What was your call sign again?
Whiskey Alpha 6 Lima, Oscar Lima, WA6LOL, Charlie Mike 97, Bozo number 856.
Okay, I got the LOL, and it was 856. I've got a little delay on my signal here with my amplifier there. Copy?
Oh, yeah. Well, you sound really good from down there. I guess you're down there in the high desert outside of Victorville.
Dave, he does not have your full call yet. He missed the first three letters of your call.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's Whiskey Alpha 6 Lima, Oscar Lima, WA6LOL.
QSL, Whiskey Alpha 6 LOL, KG6USS. I got you on the log.
Good contact. Contact John, and Dave would be helpful in those long ones like that. Long distance contacts, just say over so he knows when to pick it up, because he may have other stuff that you're not hearing there. Anyway, good contact and outstanding. And when we get around toward Atascadero, I have a report for Ken, N6KTH. He was heard all the way up in Delta Mike 09 the other day when he checked in. So we're going to pass that on, too. Thank you very much, John. Good evening to you. Pass our best on to the rest of the boys on the Southern California net there. KG6USS, K6MYC, and the gang, 7-3.
KY6M, well, I can't figure that one, but I'll look it up on the numbers there. Mike, thanks for coming back to me and giving me a good signal report. KG6USS, Bozo 831. Back to my net control. Dale at 998.
Okay, let me give it to you again. Kilowatt 6, Mike, Yankee, Charlie. K6MYC, over. Kilowatt 6, Mike, Yankee, Charlie, John. That's the call if you're missing it, over.
Try it again. I got my net control coming back into the
All right, so here we go. Anybody else before we turn toward Atascadero? Good evening to you, Dave, K6MYC in a group.
Hey, Mike, John was asking for it again. His net control stepped on you first time, over.
I'm trying to untangle what you just said, Rob. You're just talking too fast for this old man. Both Judy and I are shaking our heads. We're not getting it.
Okay, I was just saying that John asked you for your call sign again. His net control stepped on you. So I don't know if you're hearing, John, but it's Kilo 6, Mike, Yankee, Charlie. That's Mike's call sign, over.
He gave up. I watched him turn the antenna away from us, over. I gave him the call several times.
Yeah, he'll find it, so we're doing good.
Okay, anybody else before we go to Atascadero? Okay, 6MYC. Nothing heard. Atascadero. Here we go. And we also are going to be looking for N6KTH. November 6 Kilo Tango Hotel. N6KTH down there in the Santa Barbara area. Delta Mike 04. N6KTH. Are you there, Ken? Kilo 6 Mike, Yankee, Charlie, and the Bozo Net standing by, over. Nothing heard. Anybody here, Ken? Okay, how about Ron? W6QUI. How about it, Ron?
Yeah, good evening, Mike. W6QUI over here. By the way, I was copying the LA station pointed in your direction. I turned the beam towards LA and couldn't hear a thing, so that's kind of interesting. They must have bounced off with something over in your area. Haven't heard much from LA for a long time. Anyway, good evening. Eric asked me to check him in. He said he might come up here, but I don't think. He didn't call me on the way up, so I assume he didn't make it. Anyway, leaving over there and everybody, W6QUI.
Ron, give us your call sign with your Bozo number so Judy can copy it over.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to do that. W6QUI, Bozo is 1055, and Eric, KN6EIV, is Bozo 1044. I'm checking in for him.
Yes, okay. We'll take Eric's check-in tonight. Hopefully he's getting close to getting back on here. Thank you for that, Ron. And I was hoping we would hear N6KTH in here because he has a herd report. He was heard all the way up in DMO9 in Wassaw Valley, Nevada the other day when he checked in here. So I wanted to pass that on to him. He's got a great location there on the top of a hill, or the top of the mountain there in Santa Barbara. But so far he hasn't been in here. Maybe he'll get in here later. Or do you ever hear him when he checks in? He must be loud for you, right?
Yeah, in fact I worked him, I think it was the first time he checked in one night, and I think I talked to him a little after the net or something. Yeah, he puts in a good signal here.
Why don't you give him a quick call on the outside chance we don't have propagation here. See if he's in there at all. N6 Kilo Tango Hotel. I think what is his number? 932 or something. I don't know. Don't remember his number right offhand. 968 or something.
Okay, what was his call again?
November 6 Kilo Tango Hotel.
Oops, I double. Say again.
November 6 Kilo Tango Hotel. Over.
Okay, got it. KTH. Okay. Ken, are you there? K6KTH. K6KTH. W6QUI. Over.
His Bozo number is 967.
Yeah, it's November 6 KTH.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Us old-timers don't know what N's are.
I can't count that high in the alphabet. Okay, sorry about that. N6KTH. N6KTH from W6QUI. You around, Ken? Nothing heard here.
Yeah, I had noise the other day, and that's why I was struggling with him, and there was funny QSB on him. Yeah, but sometimes he's quite loud, sometimes he's not there at all, so I just never know what the propagation's going to be. All right, well, thank you, and thank you for giving us a check-in from Eric. It sounds like he's getting closer to getting himself back on here. Thanks, Ron. Anybody else want to say hello to Ron there before we slide up to Monterey and Santa Cruz? K6MYC standing by.
How you doing, Ron? W6QUI. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo.
Oh, yeah, Rob, good evening. Good signal over here, as usual. So I'm glad to hear from you. Over.
Roger, you're booming in over here, too, there. Thanks for the contact.
Okay, yeah, you're S9 and then some.
Righty, and we'll look for you at, I guess, Tuesday. You're going to be on 1296 Tuesday?
Well, maybe. I was here last Tuesday, and somehow I never pointed this way, so I got disgusted and went back in the house.
Well, I think Bill called you, and I called you, and Frank, W6BBS, also called you. But we couldn't raise you. It was pretty much right at the beginning of the net, as I recall, so it may have been too early for you.
Yes, I usually can't get out here till at least 7:30 or maybe even a few minutes after that. I have a
HF schedule every night at 7, and I don't always get I don't always get through that in time sometimes.
Yeah, well, we seldom get to you by 7:30. 7:30 is the start of the net, and I'm usually pointed due south, and we picked up 4 or 5 guys in the San Joaquin Valley, and then we go over and get you. So we're seldom there before 8:40 or so. 7:40, I should say. All right, 7-3, Ron. We'll look for you on Tuesday. Hopefully somebody will hear you. Don't give up on us.
WB6JNP.
Okay, good evening, Dane. Give us your Bozo number, Dane.
Oh, you mean 107?
Gotcha, and good evening. How are you doing? You're home? You're arrested? Or if there was such a thing, I think you were arrested up on the hill, but there's always a little effort to get it all packed up and home, so you're sounding good here at home, though. You're a little stronger in this direction for me, over.
Well, you're S9, so yeah, let's hope so. And yeah, I just ran up to El Cid's restaurant and picked up dinner, so that's where I'm headed to next.
All right, good enough. Thanks for checking in, and we'll talk to you maybe later if you're still around. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow night, no doubt. WB6JNP, Course Gold. We've got 4 or 5 check-ins already in Course Gold. We're just smoking them. I'm ready to take on the Bay Area now. Hi. All right, we're going up to Monterey. Here we go. Let's see if Scott is in there tonight. Scott, we missed you the last couple of times here. WA6 London India Echo, WA6 LIE, K6MYC, Central California Bozo Net for check-ins. Go ahead, Scott.
Very good evening there, Mike. K6MYC from WA6 LIE, Charlie Mike 96. Last transmission from 96. I'm moving, Mike. Might be a little while before I get back on. But we'll get on remote. Remote is on. Over.
Yeah, we need you to say your Bozo number. Thanks very much for the Charlie Mike 96. I think you're still in another mode there from 6 meters or something. Give us your Bozo number, Scott, over.
Yeah, my number is 618-618, over.
QSL 618. Got it all, okay. Thanks much, Scott. And have you done anything over the weekend on 6 meters? Any fireworks there, over?
Fireworks. Haven't been too busy on 6 meters either. Or the radio. I've been busy packing and getting ready to head out on Wednesday.
I'm not copying very well. It's about readability 3, so we'll have to let that question go and maybe pick you up on 6 meters tomorrow from the home QTH and see how you're doing. I can hear you. Your verbs are there, but I just can't copy what you said there. I guess it didn't sound like you did very much on 6 meters. However, I may have misinterpreted what I heard. Anyway, 7-3, thanks for being there. I don't know whether something has changed from your Monterey remote site there or not, but boy, signals have been down lately. The last time I heard you about a month ago, you came crushing in from there, and that was it. Ever since then, it's been very, very marginal, so I'm not sure if something fell down or broke, or maybe it's just the band. Good evening to you, Scott, and I'm glad. Hope you have a good rest of your Labor Day weekend here. One more day off yet. Hey, WA6 LIE Monterey, K6MYC 73, Scott.
Okay, very good, Mike. I will not be on 6 meters tomorrow. I will not be on 6. I'm disassembling the station. I'm moving. Disassembling the station. I'm moving to Arizona. Over.
Oh, you're moving? You are moving your house and everything? You're moving to Arizona? Is that what I hear?
Roger.
Okay, you want to give us a reason you're moving so quickly out of California? You're fed up with the state, are you?
Yes, fed up with the state. Too expensive. Cannot retire. I want to retire. I cannot afford to retire in California, Mike. Over.
Okay. Well, you'll be a little bit happier in Arizona, I'm sure. It's not nirvana, but it's better than California, that's for sure. Good luck down there, and be safe. We'll keep an ear out for you. I'm not sure how you're going to check in. Once you move, are you planning on trying to figure out a way to check in here or what? Over?
Same way, Mike. The remote will be there. Not taking the remote. It stays over.
Okay, through the remote base then. Okay, very good. Well, we'll keep an ear out for you, Scott. Have a safe move. And in some ways, I wish I was moving with you. Take care. WA6LIE, Monterey, K6MYC, clear. And up to you, Tom, if you're copying KW6S, K6MYC.
7-3, Mike, WA6LIE.
Oh, okay. That was much clearer that time. 73. WA6LIE signing, KW6 Sugar. I don't hear you, Tom. KW6S, K6MYC, over. No Tom tonight. How about K6USY? Maybe we'll have Lee in here tonight. Lee, are you going to join us from Watsonville area? Alpha Foxtrot 6 United, AF6U, K6MYC, Bozo Net, over. Okay, nothing from Lee either. Let's go a little further into the Bay Area. 1, 2, 3, what? 285 or so?
287.
287, close enough. Bay Area, Bozo Net, K6MYC, taking check-ins, over. I swear to God, the Bay Area fell off into the water, slipped off the edge, and you guys are floating out 20 miles offshore, aren't you? URZ Bozo Net, 2 meters, Bay Area. WB6JNN, how about you, Jim? I know you wouldn't leave your favorite place, K6MYC.
711.
Was it?
711, K6MI.
Oh, hi, John. 711 from the home QTH, pointed away from me. Good evening to you. A little weak, but I'm sure we can dig you out here. Very quiet from the Bay Area. We got nobody from Santa Cruz on up, so I don't know what's going on in the Bay Area tonight. Of course, maybe everybody's watching some football game or something on the air. I don't think so. I think they're just doing other things on this Labor Day weekend. I go ahead and pick it up. K6MYC to K6 Mexico, Italy, over.
Very good. Swung the beam around. Been working the CY9 Sable Island. Haven't heard them on 6, but and I did hear them for a while on 80, but it was a short opening and I didn't get through. They were on teletype twice, 2 bands today, and I got through on 20 and 17 meters on teletype. That was kind of fun. K6 Mike, Italy.
Yeah, okay. It's nice to know they're making Sable CY9 active. It used to be active quite regularly, but I guess it's been kind of quiet lately. A lot of people are curtailed with the economy. They're not spending the money to make these trips that they used to, I think. Anyway, it's good to know you were catching them on a little bit on one band or another, and you'll hear them on 80, I'm sure. It'd be really good to get them on 6. That would be really exciting. I have not been keeping track of the SFI numbers But if you have SFIs over 200, then you have a chance of getting them on F2, over.
Right, well, it's been 185, I guess, and I don't have them on 6. It's just not the right distance. Even on 80 and 40, the openings are pretty short, and Europe is strong to them. That would be real double hop, maybe triple hop on E's. So it's a tough one. K6MI.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, I worked CY9C off the moon there at St. Paul Island this morning. Good signal, yeah, up by Newfoundland.
There you go. Did you hear that, John?
Wow, I'm bigly impressed. That's very cool.
What were they running on 2 meters for power and antennas, do you know?
He was running 4x9s and 500 watts.
Well, that's plenty of signal. Yeah, you should have worked them easily with that setup then. That's a good setup. That's about 18 dBd, a 20 dBi system, and 500 watts. That's just about, that should give you plenty of signal-to-noise ratio, 5 to 10 dB. They were probably minus 20 or minus 18, weren't they?
Yeah, he was about, I think, minus 22 or 23 in here. I think he worked a total of about 10 guys. Of course, PQL now, Jim, he's been working guys like mad. He's going to be packing up tomorrow, I think. Yeah, tomorrow. Today's his last day. Tomorrow he's packing up. And then, but boy, he's consistently strong. Jim is always, I've never tried to hear him and didn't hear him. He's just always right there. So those antennas he's got, I think they're M squared or something. They're working.
Yeah, some little unknown company that makes pretty good XPs. Those are XP20s. I think he's got a pair of XP20s, but he's also capable of running pretty close to the legal limit, whatever it is, 3,500, 4,500 watts there in the Azores, over.
Yeah, yeah, California kilowatt in the Azores. Yeah, heck of a good signal, and but you know, he's hearing everybody too, so that's something for 2 antennas. Yeah, he's those 2 XP20s. He's doing everything right.
Yeah, no, he knows what he's doing. And he isn't bashful about the power, so that helps too. But he's got good ears. All right, wonderful. And fine on working the CY9. That's outstanding. That's a good country for you on 2 meters there. Good enough. Let me see. We're pointing in the Bay Area. We're just blowing smoke into the Bay Area, waiting for somebody to put the fire out. How about it, guys? Bay Area, where are you? K6MYC Bozo Net. I'm going to give up on the Bay Area. We're going to go up to Oakley. N6 Radio Oscar.
Yes.
Okay, we're waiting for you.
K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835, high temperature 85, and dinner was pork chops. And it was a good day until the big hassle with Disney, ESPN, and DirecTV. So I didn't get that. They just shut down coverage of the tennis championship in New York and all ABC networks. 2 big pigs fighting in the mud. N6RO.
Yeah, what did you say happened to the network? It lost the tennis championships. The network shut down NBC and the ESPN both?
Not NBC, it's ABC. It's owned by Disney. The problem is that Disney just wants more money, and so does DirecTV, and they can't come to an agreement. So they DirecTV just pulled the plug on the Disney Channel, all ABC networks, and all ESPN networks, 7 of them. So this is going to cause a lot of cancellations, and I'm probably going to be one of them.
Yeah, I guess DirecTV doesn't give a crap anymore. That's because it's owned by AT&T. Woke, over.
Yeah, that too. It's pretty complicated. But I think Disney is the bigger pig in this one.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, well, I'm sorry that you didn't get your sports stuff through. Sounding good, though, every other way. Fine on your weather. Your weather was dramatically different than mine. Usually we're within 2 or 3 degrees of each other. We were 101. I think we peaked at 101 right around 4 o'clock. But it was 99 at 3 o'clock when Judy and I got in the pool. And as we were getting out, it was 100, and it wasn't quite 4 o'clock yet, so we assumed it was going to get to 101. Call it 100. Anyway, quite warm. I did work outside. It's been very humid here. Oops, shouldn't tilt that chair back. It doesn't have any springs in it. But very humid, and we had a fire very close by. Frank had a fire up there in Corsko, just east of where south and east of where he lives. Fire got to be within about a mile of him, 2 ridges away, so he was pretty safe. And downhill, and there was lots of helicopters, and there's 3 lakes within flying distance that they brought a lot of water up and douched the fire out pretty quickly. It only covered 8 to 10 acres, as much as we can tell, but it was thrilling for a few minutes there, over.
Yeah, well, fires are always thrilling. We had, a couple of years ago, we had a grass fire across the road from me, and the county wanted me to evacuate, but I could tell by the wind direction that it was not going to jump the road and come over to my property, so that's as close as we got to one of those. Yeah, it was a nice day here. We're going to get our hundreds starting on Tuesday, so you're ahead of us on the high temperatures. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we're set up for pretty much rolling around 100 all next week till the end of the week, and then it's going to drop. That was the long-term prediction. It can always change when you're out there week and a half on the predict. Anyway, good to hear you, Ken, as always, and a good strong signal here. Sorry you missed your sports stuff. You couldn't even record it and get it. Maybe you'll find some way to get it on YouTube, or they'll find some way to get it to you. N6 Radio Oakley, K6MYC.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we're going to get the program eventually. And there are ways to get it right now, but I was on the internet and I got kicked around by a robot. Could never resolve anything. DirecTV customer service is so overloaded right now with people bitching that I couldn't get through. But I always have plenty of channels to watch, stuff that I've recorded, including other sports that are not ESPN. So I'm never without TV. N6RO.
Yeah, I think ESPN at least is on Hulu TV also. Some of that other stuff is on Hulu. I don't know if you have that, but that's a fairly inexpensive way to get some of that over.
Yeah, the streaming services are sort of taken over, and that's the excuse that both Disney and DirecTV are saying their revenues are down because of all the new streaming services. But that's just TS to me.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, buddy. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow night on 222 and hopefully on 6. And hopefully the world will stay together until then. N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC. Good evening.
Friday night.
WB6ISO.
WB6ISO 86. Go ahead, Dennis.
Presently, just checking in, and Dish network is not much better than the same old problem. A lot of the blackouts, different places, and when you're trying to get your game, so not much better.
Yeah, I've had both. I started out a long time ago with DirecTV, then I went to Dish, and it turned about to be more of a problem than it was worth, and I finally went back to DirecTV. And I got a very simple, basic program because I'm basically blind. I just watch 1 or 2 channels only. and it was about $70 or something, and then gradually over the last 2 years it's crept up, and now we just looked at the bill today. It came in the mail and it was $103. And we watch one channel. Over.
Yeah, I know. I'm in the same situation. It really just does not make a lot of sense, and I'm seriously thinking about changing some which way. I had DirecTV and a dish, and there must be a better route to go. We'll figure it out. All righty, well, hey, you take care, and hope Judy is doing fine with her eyes and everything, and a pleasant good evening to both of you. WB6ISO, Bozo 86.
Yeah, well, her eyes are bugging her a little bit today. She's having more sensitivity to light and a little pain in the right eye, but I think it's just no pain, just aggravation and a little watering.
Maybe a little swelling, but just sunshine's bothered me today.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very minor. You know, it's to be expected through this period. Anyway, she's doing fine generally and seeing quite well. She's seeing stuff that I don't even want her to see anymore. Hey, there's a broken such and such out here. I don't care, damn it. It'll fix itself in a few minutes. There's a broken sprinkler out here. We got a fountain in the back. I don't care. It'll go away in a few minutes. Who you got for relays, Dennis? Over.
I didn't really get in here. I was trying to watch the USC LCS game out in Las Vegas, and I kept losing the signal and just all kinds of activity going on. I finally give it up and just quit watching that damn thing. So, anyway, Judy, make sure you wear some sunglasses when you go out over. There's N1PPP. I hear him in the background trying to check in. Hello there, Dave, and hello to Kent. You want to go ahead and pick him up there, Mike? I'll get out of the way. There's Dave trying to check in.
Go ahead, Dave. I don't hear him yet. Oh, there you are, way down in the mud. I'm not pointed your way. N1PPP 336. We've got you, Dave. Good to hear you. And KA6 Ocean Sugar X-Ray 160. 160 for KA6OSX, Kent there. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. Happy Labor Day weekend to you. N1PPP, K6MYC. Let me try one more time, Dave. I didn't get your response. I'm assuming you got that, but I'm not sure. N1PPP, how copy, over?
Yeah, he got your message there, Mike, and he also said 73's to you as well, over.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, he just went away completely on me, as he sometimes does. Been kind of poor between he and I lately, but we've got him all checked in. Thank you, Dave, if you're hearing now. Thank you. Tell him he's checked in, and so is Kent, over.
Roger. Yeah, if you're copying off the back of the antenna up there, Dave, you and Kent are both checked in, over. Okay. Take care. Catch you next trip. WB6ISO, back to Mike.
Okay, very good. I get back up into Sacramento. I was already up into Sacramento for you, Dave. No, Dennis. Let's see if I haven't heard Darren lately. Darren, KJ6 Kilo Foxtrot Bravo. Are you there this evening? K6MYC. No, Darren. Let's try for KO6KD. He should have that station in working order by now. I know you've been working on it, Bill. KO6KD, K6MYC.
Well, good evening, Mr. Mike. K6VBG 971.
Okay, good evening, Dave. You're a little late getting to the shack, but we'll take you. It's a little warm in the shack, so we don't expect you to stay very long, over.
Well, it was a very hectic and busy day. What was getting evacuated and all that fun stuff.
Why would you evacuate?
We had a fire. You know, real close.
Well, yeah, but a mile away, they didn't, and the way they had it under control. It only burned 8 or 10 acres, from what we understand. So, were you instructed to evacuate by who?
Yes, it was 6 houses away, roughly 7 houses away, basically, and so 700 feet, 800 feet. You know, that's where the fire was, and the sheriffs and the fire department says stage 3 evacuation for this area.
Okay, so it got closer than a mile to you?
Oh yeah, within a quarter of a mile.
Okay, because we were talking to Frank the whole time, and Frank didn't think in his case it was within a mile of him even.
Oh no, it was closer than that. It was, you know, there's a fire station at 6 houses down the street, at the end of the street. It was behind the fire station.
You're talking about the Chuck Chansey fire station?
Yeah, the one above Chansey, yeah. I was afraid the helicopters and the planes were going to clip my antenna.
They were dropping water on you, were they?
Yeah, they were real low. In their departure, they were going right over our house.
Yeah, where were they getting the water out of? Indian Lake or Hensley or where?
Probably Indian Lake. Probably, you know, it's hard to say. Any one of the ponds up here?
I missed the last. You're talking too fast. Over.
I say any one of the ponds that are up here, the helicopters were grabbing. But we had 3 of those great big heavy lift helicopters attacking it, and a couple bombers.
Yeah, well, pretty exciting stuff. I'm sorry I even had to get that close to you, but I had told Judy that the Chuck Chansey people were going to be throwing their whole effort after it because they don't want to have any problems there. And of course, the fire department's right there, and of course, the helicopters. There's a lot of push to keep that area all safe. So I'm glad you got out. Sorry, but you didn't actually have to evacuate, or did you physically leave the house?
We were sitting in the driveway, getting ready to go at noon, maybe 12:30, and they lifted stage 3, and we went back inside. But we were getting ready to go. All the neighbors were gone. Everybody's gone here. But, you know, I didn't want to have to go if I didn't absolutely have to. And now I got to put everything back away because we packed up the truck and the SUV both, you know, with our stuff to get out of here.
Well, I'm sorry you had to go through all that hassle, but better than being burned out, that's for sure. Better safe than sorry. Sorry it came so close.
Do they have any animals?
Yeah. Well, they can control. Did you have animals?
Yeah, we have 2 dogs and 2 cats. We had the dogs, and the cats couldn't find them.
Yeah, well, I would think that they would be. You can find places to get away from that stuff anyway. It's usually not a Holocaust type fire that would come through there. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm glad that you're okay, and you better go in and let your blood pressure get back to normal, whatever that is. K6BBG, K6MYC.
Roger, Mike. You have a wonderful evening.
Okay, 5 course gold check-ins tonight, and not a soul, not a single check-in from the Bay Area, including Santa Cruz. Unbelievable.
How about Twainhart, WB6GGY?
Oh, we'll take Twainhart. You're not in the Bay Area, but good evening, Phil. WB6GGY884. Good evening.
B6GGY.
No, I doubled with you the whole time. Go ahead. Are you not hearing me, Phil?
Oh, yeah. I'm hearing you loud and clear. I didn't know if you were talking to someone else. Bozo 884. Bozo 884. WB6GGY. Over.
Yeah, we picked it up. We got it all the first time. And I guess you continued to talk after you gave your call, and I picked it up thinking you had turned it over to me. All righty, good evening to you. And no fires in your backyard, huh?
No, we've been very, very lucky so far this season. This fire season has been all out and away from us, so we've been very lucky. 6GGY, and I'm glad to hear Judy's doing so well with her vision there. That's fantastic. Okay, back to you, and we'll pass along 73s to you and Judy there, Mike. WB6GGY.
And hi to Barbara. Hi to Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, just say you back a hi. 73 of you too, WB6GGY.
Roger, 7388 to you, Barbara. All right, let's see, I'm still looking for KO6KD. I should be in on 40 meters, by the way, Phil, in the morning. This morning I got up early and I went over on 20. I did hook up with Anthony. I was calling CQDX Long Path Africa, but I got nobody. I didn't get a single person. And Anthony called in, and we went back and forth with Anthony for about a half an hour. Sometimes I called more to the African direction, but never could get a soul. Never heard an African. Anthony said he did hear one of our friends over there, Tom, ZS1 Alpha Tango Sugar. But in the AFS, I should say, that was it. So the path was there, but nobody was on. I don't know why. Anyway, that's the story. I'll be in there tomorrow on 40, and I think, pretty sure Bob said he would be back Monday.
Roger. Okay, we'll look for you. WB6GGY.
73. Okay, KO6KD. Bill, are you there? I hear somebody in there. Give us another call. We'll turn the volume up a little bit. Another call, please. Go ahead.
KR6 and Mark, Bozo 759.
Okay, we got 759, John. Good evening to you. And we still haven't heard anything from Bill. He's taken an awful long time to get that 7700 hooked back up, isn't he?
I talked to Bill last Thursday, Friday. He's got it hooked up and it's working.
Too short a transmission, and we didn't get it. You're up and down. Give it a get in.
Okay, try to go slower. I talked to Bill a few days ago. I think it was Thursday, maybe. His station is back together. Over.
Okay, maybe a station's back together, but Bill's not, huh?
Yeah, it sounds like it. I tried calling him on FM tonight with no response. Over.
Oh boy. Okay. Maybe he's still not feeling well. Hopefully he's getting better, but that's a shame. Alrighty. I couldn't get anything from Darren either. Let's see if there's anybody else. How about KE6ILX? How about you, Jeff? No KE6ILX. Let's try for Reading. Let's go for Reading, and I'll have to peek on you probably. KD6 Sugar Whiskey and KO6HS. Over.
Okay, this is KD6 Shortwave, Reading, number 145, over.
Got your 145, thank you. Good, pretty good signal. It's not real strong, but I didn't get a chance to move the antenna. Take a transmission, Rick, and I'll peek on you, and then we'll see if we can hear Jerry in there. Go ahead.
Okay, well, it's been a nice afternoon up this way here, and regarding the holiday weekend, it's going to get some of the tourists back rolling along. It's a little bit busy up here. Anyway, yeah, it's 25 from you there, over.
Yeah, Okay, boy, really rough copy, and I got some kicking noise in there. I didn't have the blinker turned on, so I didn't get much of that. Let me see if we can copy Jerry in there. KO6HS. KO6 Hotel Sugar, KO6HS, K6MYC calling you around there, Jerry?
Roger, on a peak for once here, KO6HS 230, and we're up and running, over.
Oh my God, you blew me out of the shack here. I don't know what's wrong with Rich's station, but you're just pounding in here. Great to hear you, Jerry, over.
Roger, yeah, I see it fading down already, so we're up and down like usual, but I'll take advantage of the peak and make sure we get some audio out there, over.
Yeah, there it is, up and down, right back into the weird fading pattern again. All right. Well, hopefully you had a good weekend, and hopefully it isn't over yet. You still got one more day to celebrate something, over.
Roger, Roger. Got one more day to get that barbecue heated up, and we'll be doing good, enjoying the weekend, over.
Yeah, there you go. We had about 100 degrees here today. How are you doing?
You know what? We didn't even make it there. We had 99. 99 did not even break 100 today, but I think we're supposed to do that tomorrow, over.
Yeah, well, what's a degree among friends, right?
Well, I missed that. Repeat. I missed that, over.
Yeah, okay. I said, what's a 1 degree temperature difference between friends? We were 100, 101 here. Alrighty. Good to hear you. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and thanks so much for checking in, as always, Jerry. You just crushed me when you came back. Maybe we'll get a transmission like that from Rich. Rich, back up to you for your final. KO6HX signing, KO6KD, KD6SW, I should say, to take it. K6MYC. Go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, well, the signals are all back down again, so, oh well. Hope you can copy. 73, we'll see you again later. KD6, shortwave, ready, over.
Okay. 73s, it's Q3 to 4. Q3 to 4, we got most of it. It's just got that very rapid flutter on it now, too, on top of everything else. We'll look for you tomorrow. We will look for you tomorrow on 6 meters, and hopefully we'll hear some CW from you, and maybe even some phone. You never know. Thank you, Rich. Thank you, 7-3 to you and Jerry. KD6SW, KO6HS, K6MYC. Clear anybody else in the Sacramento area, over.
Whiskey Alpha 6, Hotel November Alpha.
WA6HNA. Good evening, Greg, and good to hear you. You're sounding good down here. Actually, more stable than, but I've moved the antenna, so it might be more that than anything else. Take one, WA6HNA, K6MYC. I think you're 1-0, but give us your number.
Okay there, Mike. K6MYC, WA6HNA, 1013. And, yeah, we're on a heading of about 330 from your place. So I think when you go to Reading, it's almost directly over the top of us. So that works out pretty well. Anyway, I got that oak tree that was right between you and me that my antenna is pointing into is gone now. So hopefully this is providing a little bit better signal than it was a few weeks ago. Back to you, Mike.
Yeah, I think it is a little bit more consistent, and I moved back a little bit. I was past you too much here. We were trying to get the guys in Reading, and that path is all over the place sometimes. I was clear up above 340 degrees for them. So it was quite a ways off of the best spot for you. Anyway, great to hear you. And, yeah, whatever you're doing there, making antennas higher and better is working, and very consistent now. You were actually a little stronger than Phil, but I don't think we were pointed quite right for Phil either. Anyway, 7-3, Greg, thank you, and enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend here. I'm assuming you're resting and having fun, doing something other than working too hard. WA6HNA, K6MYC.
Yep, you bet. Yeah, I've been enjoying it, watching a little racing on TV, and then this evening we went out to the stables that are up here. They had a big tricep dinner out there, so we enjoyed that. That was great. All right, right, Mike, take care. K6MYC, WA6HNA, and happy holidays to you.
Okay, thanks much for that, Greg. Same to you.
You're copyable, Greg.
Oh, I doubled with you a little bit. What was that?
I was just telling Greg he's copyable over here.
Oh, who is this?
Yeah, it's WB6GGY.
Oh, I didn't know you guys couldn't hear each other.
No, I was just having fun with Greg.
Okay. Both of you got that horrible flutter on you now. All right. Good evening again, Phil and Greg. See you guys probably tomorrow on 6 meters. Anybody else in the Bay, in the Sacramento area, KJ6Q Queen Lima or KE6ILX and 6RZJ, KW6T? Quite a few missing in the Bay Area. In the Sacramento area. K6MYC. One last call. Okay, nobody there. Doesn't surprise me. We didn't get anybody out of the Bay Area, so you guys are winning by at least 1 or 2 people. Okay, let's see here. Up to Nevada, and then we'll wrap this thing up. Okay, here we are to Nevada. Yeah, that's all right. It's close enough anywhere in there. Nevada. Let's see, KD6BQ. I think we heard you earlier on CW, but I didn't confirm.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC, KD6BQ, number 249. And yes, that was me on CW that USY heard over.
Yeah, he heard you. I didn't hear you. It didn't come in here. So apparently it didn't show up on the stream. But he heard you with his whole loop. So, by the way, I didn't get a chance to pass on your herd report on N6KTH. We tried, but he did not check in this evening. So maybe over the next 3 or 4 days we'll be able to hook up with him. And this weekend could be a real strange one. A lot of people are doing other things since they don't have to be back to work tomorrow morning. They might have done other things. I got no check-ins at all from the Bay Area and only 1 or 2 out of the Sacramento area. So really a weak check-in list this evening. Great to hear you, though. You're booming in. And who else have you heard in here this evening, Richard, over? Did we lose the band already, Richard? Well, let's try for Daniel. KE7UQL, K6MYC. Daniel?
live stream still shows his receiver running, so that's a little puzzling, but who knows? I don't know how he's hooked up down there.
Okay, we're back. We're having some rotator controller problems. The thing ran backwards for me for one time, and we got all backed out here. Good evening again, Richard. Take one, and then I stood by for you, and you were gone. Over.
Oh, you're down right now, Mike. K6MYC, KD6BQ. So I don't know what's going on down there. Either it's a real fast fade or something happened to the signal. Thanks for the contact there, and we'll let you give Daniel a call there. K6MYC, KD6BQ, number 249, over.
Yeah, are you watching the stream there? Are you watching the stream? Well, you're super loud on phone, and I can't understand why you're not hearing me.
Here is 272 KE7UQL.
Yeah, well, we're hearing you. Maybe it's the band doing some weird stuff here, Daniel. Good to hear you. KE7UQL 272. Go ahead.
Yes, we had completely lost you. Zero copy on you for a while. I was just going to say I was working quota today. How's 20 meters was very active today. Had a really good time, over.
What was very active? 6?
20 meters working quota. 20 meters I was working quota. The park in Colorado must have been activated, over.
Okay. POTA in Colorado was activated. Very good. Yeah, well, there's a lot of stuff on. We had one of our contactors, one of our stations over here, Dave, WA6LOL, worked at Charlie Yankee 9 off the moon on 2 meters, so there was all kinds of activity this weekend. And so there you are. But your signal's up and down. I'm chasing you here with the antenna back and forth. It's just going up and down and all over the place, so the band is really flaky tonight. Let me go back to Richard for a second. Richard, is it stabilized for you, over?
Well, you're up right now, Mike, K6MYC, KD6BQ, but signal goes from nothing up to strong. A lot of QSB, over.
Yeah, well, you haven't dropped out for me except when I moved the antenna off of you. Has anybody heard from Larry lately, N7 Whiskey Tango, over?
Not tonight. I tried calling him on 223 FM and no response, over.
Okay, no response. Let's try for Stan, just on the outside chance that Stan's there on this Labor Day weekend. K7SUN, Fallon, Nevada. K7SUN, Fallon, K6MYC, over. Okay, nothing heard from Stan there. All right, guys, we'll look for you. Are you going to be on 6 meters tomorrow, Richard?
Yeah, that's the plan. The Astronomy Club meeting got moved out a week because of Labor Day, so I should be here, over.
Oh, okay, very good. Well, we'll look for you on 6, and hopefully we'll hear Larry, and maybe some other people will come in on 6 meters on that Labor Day weekend, and people will start working phone again. Ha, ha, ha. All right, take care, guys. 73's Daniel, 73's Richard, and we'll see you tomorrow on one band or the other here. See you on 222, Daniel.
Roger, see you on 222, KE7UQL, 73.
73, now you're booming in. All right, I'm going to go back to the Bay Area. Rob, you may want to spin toward Porterville, and I'll just stop in the Bay Area for one last test to see if we can pull one lousy station out of the Bay Area there. KM6SRR in the group, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, I guess it's worth a try, although I don't know how successful. It is a Labor Day weekend, so there's probably a lot of other things going on there, over.
Yeah, 73, Richard, did. Okay. Bay Area. Area. Bay Area. Last check. Late checks are missed in the Bay Area for the 2-meter Bozo Net. This is Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, K6MYC, Central California. 2-meter Bozo Net. Calling and listening.
WB6JNN.
Well, there he is. We knew you would had to be around there somewhere. You're the lone checker-inner from the Bay Area, Jim. Would you believe that?
I think we have a second one. Is there a second guy in the Bay Area still?
Oh, yeah. It's WB6WNI. What a surprise, Mike. 2 of us.
Yeah, 2 of us. Well, you're only 3 behind Course Gold here.
Yeah, well, they're local to you.
WB6WNI. Give us your Bozo number, Gary.
Oh, very good, Mike. Yes, the Bozo number is 1090. And then I'll stand by for Jim.
Okay, good enough. Jim, did you give us your Bozo number for Judy sitting here poised? Over.
Yeah, sure. 285. Yeah, I got into the shack just about time you went to N6RO, and you never looked back, so just too quick for me.
No, we weren't quick. I called in the Bay Area, but nobody was there. So I didn't have any reason to talk to anybody that wasn't there. Over.
Yeah, I don't know how long you called. I heard you call because I happened to go by here. I was in the other room, and so I came in, and I had to set up the radio to get on, and it took too long. So yeah, that's the way it goes sometimes. But anyway, you got 2 of us now.
Yeah, well, good to hear you, and you and Gary there. So we won't keep it. We're just in the last stages of collapse here. It's about 100 today. We're both a little bit drained from any number of things, although it was a pretty easy Sunday, except a lot of action going on around the neighborhood. We had some strangers that showed up at our neighbor's house, which had Judy quite concerned. It turned out it was the maintenance guys that were locked out. The house is uninhabited by my neighbor. They moved down a long time ago when he passed away. And they have a maintenance crew that comes up, but the guys they forgot the combination or something, so they couldn't get in, but they had their trucks parked outside in a very odd position. So it caused us to have a little concern of why are those trucks parked there and what are they doing? Anyway, we got that all sorted out. It turned out it was just a maintenance crew that was stuck and couldn't get in. And then, of course, Frank up in his area, in the Course Gold area, had a fire. And it got within a quarter of a mile of some of the houses there in Course Gold. So that caused us a little concern. Frank's was quite a ways away from it, but some of the guys were told to evacuate. So other than that, we didn't have any excitement here. It was just peripheral excitement, wasn't it? Anyway, WB6JNN, K6MYC.
Yeah, you never feel so remote than when something unusual happens in the neighborhood, and the neighborhood could be a half a mile away.
Well, anyway, back over to you, Gary. 73s to you, Jim, and we'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully, on 222 with your normal big signal. And the band should be pretty good and pretty quiet, I'm sure. WB6WNI, K6MYC.
K6MYC, WB6WNI. Good evening, Mike, Judy. Jim and I thought we missed you, but I'm glad you turned it back towards us because your signal is so good tonight. It is incredible. But anyway, yes, we've had that here, what you were describing. Vehicles show up unexpectedly, and then, you always want to make your presence like everybody. It's like neighborhood watch, and it turns out, we've been lucky, very lucky that nothing, it's all been planned, right? It's just that we didn't know about it. So anyway, well, I'll let you go. You will be shocked. We hit a high of 75, yes, 75 here in the Bay Area. So, wow, what a difference in temperature. Anyway, Mike, Judy, and Jim, I'm going to say 73, and we'll be listening out.
Yeah, Yeah, well, we'll see you tomorrow night on 6, perhaps, Gary. Good to hear you. Fine on your 75. We're just a little jealous. We were 100, 101 here today. A little warmer than we liked, and Judy kind of faded in the heat. She wasn't ready to work outside, but I just put my head down and pulled weeds and did other lawn repair and stuff, sprinkler repair and whatever. Somebody's got to do it. I didn't mind. And it gave me a good excuse to get in the pool, which we did. 7-3, Gary, good evening. See you tomorrow. WB6WNI, K6MYC. One more check for the Bay Area 2-meter Bozo Net, please. Late checks are missed. Over. Okay, all quiet. We'll catch whoever tomorrow and through the rest of the week, hopefully, and maybe they'll wake up. It is Labor Day weekend, so a lot of people are off doing other things. Down to you, Rob.
Okay, Mike. Eddie, KE6BK, KE6BK, 2-meter Bozo Net, K6MYC, and KM6SRR. Standing by. Eddie, on for the 2-meter Bozo Net, KE6BK, over.
Yeah, we didn't get Rick, or Ben either.
Yeah, I was just thinking of giving him a call there. N6SWR, you on tonight? Late check-in, Ben, over. How about Rick, KB6RQU, old Bozo 61, are you on late check-in? Nope, can't even shame him into getting on.
Okay, pretty quiet. 27 numbers are number 27 here, Rob, over.
Roger, that's exactly what I have, so we're doing good again.
Hey, we're rocking and rolling now. Judy's got this stuff down pat. And that's the weakest night I've heard on 2 meters since we started the net, I think. So this was a real dismal night, but we'll just have to chalk it up to Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, it is pretty dismal. So anyway, good to hear you guys on there. I'm glad Judy's doing okay with her eyes. I hope that she keeps getting better, doesn't have any more discomfort there. Over.
Feel better already.
She's better already. Just went through a little period early in the evening. Anyway, I think we're doing real well with the eyes. We're real pleased with the results so far. 7-3, Rob, good evening. Good evening to you, Aaron, if you're listening in the background. I'm sure you're done putting the kids to bed. We missed Frank tonight, but Frank's in bed with a very sore tooth or a bad toothache. I don't know what's causing that. Hopefully that won't last too long. He's had most of his teeth pulled. He doesn't have much. And he's supposed to get some dentures here one of these days, but I don't know if he can, he hasn't been able to organize that arrangement there. So hopefully he'll be on his feet tomorrow. 7-3, Rob, KM6SRR. Over to you, Aaron, for any final or anybody else. 73 all, K6MYC, clear but listening.
Good night, Mike, WB6JNP.
Yeah, good evening, Dane.
Yeah, Mike, did you pick up WB6JNN? He popped in the chat and said that you might have gone by San Francisco a little too quick.
Oh, we got him. We came back and got him just a minute ago.
Okay, that's good. I wasn't completely paying attention.
Yeah, well, we didn't go by there too quick. There was no other check-in, so we waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and called and called and called, but there was just nobody there.
Yeah, everyone's getting their barbecues ready for tomorrow, I guess.
Something like that. All righty. Good evening to you. We'll see you tomorrow.
All righty, sounds good. K6USY, Delta Mike 06.
Good night, Rob. Good night, good night, Aaron.
Yes, sir. 73.
7-3, Rob.
I think I dealt with you, Mike. I was just saying 73 to Aaron there. Okay, Mike, we'll see you tomorrow. KM6SR going that way.
Yeah, I heard both of you. the magic of having dual radios to listen to and sideband.
Yeah, roger on that, Mr. Technology. Okay, Aaron, 73.
All right, we'll catch you later, and good night to everybody on YouTube. K6USY.